Entitled parents, malicious compliance. I don't work here, lady, get your own appliance. Kevins and Karens and beggars galore. These are the things that story time is for.
What is up, my dudes? Welcome back to Storytime with your favorite Reddit fairy. My name is Lorna, and today we're getting into some Tales from Tech Support. I have a massive headache today, so I've told Karen that she's not allowed to come over. So without further ado, sit back, relax, and let's get into it. The Guest Speaker Rider, posted by user bad_idea_hat. I'm sure all of you have had it happen. The dreaded unprepared guest speaker/presenter. They email an entirely different department with their tech needs, which never gets passed along to IT. Or they email you, and when asked what they need, reply with, "Oh, nothing. I come with everything needed." At which point, they show up with a laptop made in Djibouti that uses a strange connector with 34.5 pins and a USB power interface that also contains the source code for Zombo.com. Very few of these presentations go off without some sort of sweating or swearing or leaving the industry to herd goats. This is not one of those stories. This is the story of a kid wise beyond his years, of an idiot boss, and of the smoothest presentations I've ever had the pleasure of supporting in a K-12 educational setting. About a month before our guest speaker arrived, we got word from one of the schools that they would be having a guest speaker and that an email from the speaker would be following shortly. Not knowing what to expect, I immediately made a ticket to begin preparing a few days ahead of time. This was usually required due to a need to prepare for anything. The email arrived the next morning, just in time for the period of time tech meeting. My boss, a worthless human being in all regards, read the email out loud. It was on the presentation screen, to us. Immediately, my boss became indignant over the fact that a mere teenager, our speaker, was sending us a list of their demands. It was a tour rider. It contained very specific and detailed needs for what the speaker required. I left absolutely nothing up to chance. I could not contain my excitement. For the next month, my boss continued to make snide comments about the guest speaker and their demands. Said guest speaker had a disability, and that was included in some of the comments. My boss is no longer in their position and probably terrorizing a small village somewhere else. Thank Gord. The day of the presentation came along, and for the first time in my entire career supporting these events, I felt like I was fully prepared. The speaker arrived. Everything was ready and had been ready for a couple of days. Tested, working, prepared. The teenage kid arrived and immediately apologized for the rider, until I cut him off by saying that he had nothing to apologize for. He, a 16-year-old kid, had given me the fighting chance to be ready for this presentation, which the kid proceeded to completely knock out of the park. Their satisfaction in being able to sit back and relax through an event that you're supporting, knowing that there won't be a need for 30 minutes into the event for a VHS tape to be played out of freaking nowhere. This happened one time. Wow, that's actually, some people might be like, who cares? It went well, so what's the problem? Well, there is no problem. That's the whole post. Like, nothing ever goes to plan. It's always somebody is miscommunicating somewhere, but this 16-year-old kid could knock it out of the park and have every detail organized, so much so that everything ran smoothly. A 16-year-old kid is doing things that full grown-ass adults can't even do in these days, Oh, that's good. I like this one. Tech can't remove a mobo. Manager removes it easily. Posted by user Cracked Tech. So this post reminded me of a story of outsourced tech ineptitude. This took place quite a few years ago when I was working for a financial company that no longer exists. This company had, at the time, roughly 300 to 400 branch offices, and all of them used the same model small form factor PCs from a popular PC maker that I'm sure you can guess. Anyway, this took place during the height of the issues caused by the use of huge batches of bad capacitors in all kinds of electronics. By this time, our help desk had become pros at handling mobo replacements for these machines and were fielding 3 to 5 replacements a day. Because all but the 2 local branches were spread out over the country, and because these were warranty replacements, it was the outsourced tech support for MF that handled the actual physical replacements. Aside from the usual scheduling and logistical issues and other normal hiccups when involving 3 or more parties, things went mostly smoothly, but this particular tech decided to make things interesting. Here's the cast. Me. At least I think it means me. HD1, First Level Help Desk Tech. BM, Branch Manager. MF, Manufacturer. So I'm working on my tickets when one of the first level help desk guys walks up to me with a look on his face that was a mix of frustration, confusion, and bewilderment. Help Desk 1. Crack Tech. I'm working with manufacturer on mobo replacement for office, and the tech is having some trouble. Not really sure what to do here. Me. Okay, what's the issue? Did the wrong part come in, or is this tech late or something? Help Desk Tech 1. No. The tech is in the office now, but he says he can't get the mobo out. Me. What does he mean? Like, it's stuck? Or he can't open the case, or what? Help Desk Tech 1. No, he says he can't get the screws out. Me. He what? Help Desk Tech 1. He says the screws won't come loose. Me. He's turning them in the right way and knows there's 4 of them, right? Help Desk Tech 1. He said yeah to both when I asked. I have him on the phone. Want to talk to him? Me. Yeah, let's go to your desk and put him on speaker. We walk back to his desk, but when we take the tech off hold, he's hung up already. I tell Help Desk Tech 1 to call him back and let me know when he's got the guy. A few minutes later, Help Desk Tech 1 walks over to my desk again. Help Desk Tech 1. It gets better. Now he wants to take it back to his office in order to try an electric screwdriver. Me. What? No, let me talk to him. Cut to a few minutes of me asking this guy if he's doing this right and trying not to ask him if he's capable of breathing and chewing gum at the same time, after which we tell him to wait for us to call back before he does anything else. We reached out to the manufacturer with basically, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Please send someone else, only to be told that he's it for that area right now, and the soonest they could get someone else would be almost a week. I don't recall the reason why, but we couldn't wait that long for this office, so after some talk with my boss and his boss, we decide to let the tech take it to his office with a strict time limit of an hour to get it back in the office and agreement from the manufacturer that they were responsible for it in every conceivable way. Just under an hour later, I get an IM from Help Desk Tech 1 that branch manager had called to let us know that the tech had returned the machine to the office. Me. So did he finally get the damn thing fixed? Help Desk Tech 1. Nope. He said he still couldn't get the screws out. Me. What the actual fuck? What is this guy doing? Help Desk Tech 1. No idea. Me. So what is this idiot doing now? Help Desk Tech 1. He told branch manager that he was going to contact manufacturer and find out what they wanted to do. I go tell my boss this news, to which he is blown away as I am. While talking with him, Help Desk Tech 1 walks up with the coup de grace. Help Desk Tech 1. You're not going to believe this. Me. Oh God, what now? Help Desk Tech 1. Branch manager just called and said he got the screws out. Me. What the hell? How? Help Desk Tech 1. Said he remembered his small toolkit in his truck, grabbed the screwdriver from it, and they came right out with no problem. Me, sitting there in shocked silence. Help Desk Tech 1. He also said the guy left the new mobo there and he got it swapped out but wasn't sure about the connectors. Me. Looks at boss and gets a shrug and a nod in return. Walk him through reconnecting everything and have him send you a picture of it before you try to power it on to verify. If it doesn't work, then have him swap it back and we'll call manufacturer back about it. Help Desk Tech 1 is able to walk branch manager through everything and they get the machine back up and running with no problem. We make sure to let manufacturer know the status and that under no circumstances is this tech to be dispatched to a location of ours again. That was pretty much the end of it, but to this day I still occasionally wonder what the guy was doing when he was trying to take those mobo screws out. What was he doing? Was he just using a drill bit that's too freaking big or something? Like, was he probably had it going like, it's righty tighty, lefty loosey. He probably had it opposite. Was my guess. I don't know. Oh my god, that's really sad that the manufacturer has somebody that doesn't even know how to work on their own product. That's not good business, my dudes. Our own system knows better than the engineer. Posted by user RDE42. This isn't quite tech support, but I hope it's near enough. It happened years ago, but was good enough that it stuck in my mind. When our university latest mainframe was installed, it came with a site engineer. For quite a while, one of these was someone who was a graduate of the same university. He was somewhat of a company man, and was not keen when we abandoned the manufacturer's operating system in favor of a different one, written by another university. I managed this system. It had a novel way of handling file store, and for the purpose of this story, peripherals such as printers. These were managed via a spooler process, which handled all of the exception conditions, farmed out to it by the actual supervisor, Colonel. Whoever wrote the code, a friend of mine as it happened, had been a little obsessive about detailed error messages. A good thing, and possible because all of the messages were inside a paged process, so they really cost nothing. One day, we saw a message we had never seen before. I forget the exact text, but it indicated that a particular fuse had blown in the printer. We duly called the engineer from his room. He looked at the message and shook his head, stating that no such fuse existed and our system was wrong. We pressed him on this, and after casting his eye over the defunct printer, he retired to his office and manuals. He returned a few minutes later, bearing a fuse. He silently opened a small panel in the printer casing and changed the fuse. So did it work? He didn't even say if it worked or not. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna guess it did work if he's bragging about it. So that's pretty neat though. Like you have an automated system that can tell you exactly what parts of a printer died. That's amazing. If you're not amazed by that, it's cool. I'm just weird. Now, if only they had some kind of gadget like that for humans. Somebody says something stupid, you just slap a sticker on them and find out what their malfunction is. I don't service pencil sharpeners. Posted by user Content Waltz 8. This story is from a while ago. Was in a teacher's room fixing their projector that was doing some weird distortion thing, and the maintenance guy comes in and starts working on the wall-mounted pencil sharpener. He lets out a loud sigh and looks over at me as he dumps the full pencil sharpener shavings in the trash and reattaches it to the mechanism. I think that's weird. Why would the maintenance guy need to empty your pencil sharpener? On my way back to the office, I run into my boss and he informs me he got a call from said teacher about a pencil sharpener, and my boss had to explain that we don't work on pencil sharpeners, electric or mechanical. We actively avoid that teacher now. Yeah, like, if anything, if you get... That would be like a janitor thing to do, you know what I mean? Since they clean garbage. Not knocking janitors, don't take it that way, please. I'm just saying, like, they clean things, right? That's their job, to clean things, so maybe that would be their job, but it's a freaking pencil sharpener, and you could tell your kids to do it for a freaking sticker that week. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, don't be a fucking bitch. Or maybe I'm misreading that and there was actually something wrong with the pencil sharpener. In which case, just get a new one. I mean, now I feel like an asshole because teachers, they don't make a lot of money. So buying a new pencil sharpener would kind of be like, I'm not paying for it. School's probably not going to pay for it. So, now I'm all freaking confused on this one. But yeah, definitely don't call tech support for your pencil sharpener. All right, my dudes, and the last story of the day is called "The Time I Repeatedly Solved a Problem by Doing Nothing," posted by user GodMonster. I had a user call the help desk at 10 p.m. reporting that his computer isn't working, just black on the screen. I didn't want to walk down to the lab in the basement, so I started basic troubleshooting steps. I asked about the status light on the monitor, and it was on, but amber. I asked him to see if there was a red light on the bottom of the mouse, and he said, "Thanks, that did it," and hung up. For 3 nights in a row, I got the same call from the same user. The third night, I said, "Don't touch anything. I'll be right down." I walked downstairs to the lab and found him next to his computer, grabbed the mouse, and watched the computer wake up. He was calling me as soon as he got back from lunch every night because his computer was going to sleep and not waking up until the mouse was moved. I explained this to him, and he said, "All right, well, if it happens again, I'll give you a call." No, don't give him a call. Okay, I feel this one so hard because I can't even tell you how many calls I've had where I've told the person, like, example 1. Their mouse wasn't moving at all. They unplug it, plug in a new mouse. That one works. Unplug the new mouse, plug the old mouse back in. It doesn't work. What's your problem? The old mouse is fucking dead. Just throw it out. But no, for some reason they keep cycling back to that old mouse because they think that there's just a little tiny bit of fucking life left in it that they gotta just use it until it dies. And then they keep calling you back about it. And then you look at the freaking work order notes and you're like, "We've told you guys like 27 times, you need to get rid of that mouse. It's garbage. Use the new mouse. Stop using the old mouse." Or somebody's touchscreen stops working. Like, the POS systems, there's the ELO touchscreens. They hook up to like these thin clients or computers or whatever you have them hooked up to. And they're either connected with a VGA cable, with a VGA cable or a HDMI cable, whatever you use for video. And then there's another separate cable, like a USB cable or a serial cable that you use for the touchscreen portion, to recognize the touchscreen. Well, these cables would just go bad because these places were old and using the same equipment, getting coated in grease and whatnot and everything, you know what I mean? So you gotta replace cables at some point. Sometimes they just go bad. People like pull on them and they break the little pins inside or whatever. They just go bad. And there's like some stores, they just refuse to replace anything, and they just think we have a magic fix it now button. You guys have heard me talk about this magic fix it now button like so many times. Every single time I do a Tales from Tech Support, I'm getting like so riled up. Oh my god, I'm gonna make my headache worse. But you know what I mean. These people just don't want to listen. It's like, I'm telling you, I'm not trying to lie to you. Why would I lie to you? That would just make my job more difficult because I have to deal with you for longer. And you give me a headache too. So I just want to get off the phone. Just listen to me. I know what I'm talking about, for crying out loud. Oh my god. All right, my dudes, I'm going to go deal with this headache. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to drop a comment below. If you guys want to get in your stories for this weekend's subscriber submitted stories episode, send them over pronto so I can get them in that video. I don't know if it's gonna happen. I think it'll happen on Sunday just to give you guys some extra time to submit your stories if you want. I got one from Kaylani. I've got one from Percy. I've got a couple of comments I'm gonna squeeze in there from some other videos that I found entertaining. So yeah, send those over my way, and don't forget to hit that bell notification to be notified of future videos just like this, so you never miss one. And as always, the links to these stories are in the description, so head on over to Reddit and show those posters some love with some upvotes. You know they deserve it. Alright, my dudes, you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you in tomorrow's episode.